Here is the golden question of this masterclass. I am making profits, but do I get wealthier? This is the golden question we need to ask all the time. And the answer is hidden within buying power and the inflation. Please watch the first section, the investing basics, if you do not remember buying power and the inflation. Because this masterclass's core is based on buying power and the inflation. I will show you 3 agents right now, and I need you to tell me which agent is truly getting wealthier. Agent 1 carries 1 share of stock with the buy price of $15 and holding it for 14 days and sitting on a nice 33% profit. Agent 2 carries the same stock, exact same stock, both at $12 and carrying it for 60 days and have a nice 66% profit at the moment. And the last agent, the same stock again, with the $17 buy price, holding it for only 7 days. The current profits is 17%. Now can you tell me, which agent here is getting truly wealthier? I want you to imagine that in the country, these agents investing, the inflation is 500%. I know it is madness, but for example's sake, imagine it for a moment. Now what do we have here? Same agents, one single stock, all in the same country with the 5% inflation. Now, it is time to understand the buying power in action, because buying power means everything for an investor. Let's make a very simple calculation here. Extremely simple, do not worry. Agent 1 made 33% in 14 days, as you can see. If we divide 33% profit to 14 days, it means that Agent 1 made an average of 2.38% daily profit, a simple daily average. Now here is the trick. If we multiply 1 day average profit with 365 days, which presents 1 year, we will have a universal buying power metric. Agent 1 makes an average of 2.38% profit at the moment. Multiplying it by 365 days, you will have the yearly buying power equation of 869%. No compound calculated here, just simple calculation. You may ask, why is this number very important? Because this number will give us a universal metric to compare with everything else. We can compare it with other agents and inflation. Remember, yearly imaginary inflation in this country, 500%. And it is expected to be 500% in the next year as well. And we have the buying power of 869% in 1 year, which means that we are getting wealthier here. Agent 1's 1 year buying power equivalent is beating the 1 year inflation. Simple calculation. If you're confused, please watch it again. Now let's talk about the Agent 2. Agent 2 made 66% profit in 60 days. If we divide the 66% profit to 60 days, we will have a 1.11% profit average per day. If we multiply it by 365 days, our yearly buying power equivalent will be 405%. What does it mean? It means that if the Agent 2 keeps going like this all year, and it keeps going making 1.11% profit per day, after 365 days, Agent 2 will be doing 405% at the end of the year, which will be less than yearly inflation expected of 500%. All in all, this agent is getting poorer. And agent 3 has the same calculation and checkups. Agent 3 is doing around 2.53% per day, average. And yearly buying power will be 922%, which is our best agent. If you are confused, let me simplify one more time. If you remember that agent 1 made 33.3% profit in 14 days, which is around 2.38% per day. In theory, if agent 1 continues to make 2.38% every single day like this, at the end of 1 year means after 365 days, agent 1 is supposed to make 869% profit after 1 year. Very simple and straightforward math. Now you may ask me this, why in the world we need to calculate this bullshit? What is the purpose here? Buying power metric will give us a universal metric, which we can compare agents against each other and inflation. We will use it to compare it between agents. Which one is becoming the wealthiest? We will also use it to compare it against expected inflation. So we will be testing if we increase our buying power or not against the inflation. After all these examinations, as you can see, theoretical buying power of agent 1 is above the expected inflation, 869%. So the agent 1 is doing pretty good, getting wealthier. Agent 2 made 66.6%, the highest profit as you can see. But if you check the theoretical buying power is below the inflation of 500%, it is 405%. Agent 2 is here losing buying power. It is beat up against inflation, not great for the agent 2. And the agent 3 is our best agent at the moment. It is the agent that using our money the best with maximum buying power. In your Excel files, you'll notice the buying power column. Do not worry, it is auto-calculated. You do not need to do anything about it. This will be the metric we will use a lot. If you look at the PLTR stock, it made 182% in 143 days. It is around 1.27% profit per day. Our theoretical buying power is 465%, which is way beyond United States inflation, which is around 3% only. PLTR investors becoming rich this year, I can assure you for that. So, what is the moral of this story here? It is quite simple. Making money does not mean you are getting richer or wealthier. You can make money every year and get poorer. Best example is saving accounts. What happens if you put all your cash in a saving account with 2% gain per year? What will happen to your money? Just think about that. Time is the key determinant in beating inflation and increasing the buying power. Making 100% gain in 3 weeks and making 100% gain in 3 years are not the same at all. The way I designed the agents is to keep track of every single agent and give them a chance to beat inflation and increase our buying power.